What up? What up? What up? Welcome to another episode of the Ultimate 216 show. You know the vibes, man. If you're seeing this, that means you are alive and you already won. I hope everybody is having a great day. I'm here with my co-host Cecil Shorts, and joining us today, man, we got a very special guest. Y'all know the face, man. Y'all know the vibes. The Cleveland Cavaliers on-court host, Ahmaad Crump. He's been there since 2006. He's also a radio personality at 93.1 WZAK. He's an alumni of Cleveland Heights High School and Central State University. Ahmaad, good morning, man. Thanks for joining us. How are you?
I appreciate it. I'm great. How y'all the brothers doing today?
Oh, man, we doing good, man. Definitely appreciate you having you here. A couple cats from the east side of Cleveland kicking it on this morning, man. Just wanted to jump on and have some fun with you, man. Again, I know you busy. The Cavs is hot right now. So you've been doing this since 2006. And me and Cecil talked. We graduated in 06.
ain't throwing no ages out there. Just let you know.
What you know what's so crazy is that I joined the organization in 03.
For real?
I joined the organization in 03 as I was on the Scream team.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
But back then the Scream team, it wasn't just dance. It was like, you got your dancers, and then you got your interactive people running the contest and throwing T-shirts in the stands. That's the team that I was on.
You was throwing the T-shirts and everything in the stands
to try to motivate people. I always wanted to be the host. I always wanted to be. I mean, I've been going to games since Richfield, for years, and I used to always be like, God, how you get on the floor and hold a microphone and stuff like that or whatever. So, when I joined in 03, I joined the Cleveland Rockers, the WNBA team as the, just interactive guy. Never did I think that it would lead to what it's led to over the past 20 plus years. And it's been crazy, man. It really has.
Let me ask you this. How did you land the job? So you were on the Scream team.
Yeah.
And you had to try out. Was there a person that was in your job before you got there? Like, how did that work?
Yeah. So when Dan Gilbert bought the team, he wanted new tryout. He wanted to do tryouts. He wanted to clean house. And he wanted to do his own thing on the entertainment side or whatever. So I tried out and I didn't make it. It was kind of intimidating because I tried out. It was a simulated basketball game between the employees down there, but there was 3 people from leadership that was just watching, what we was actually doing. So, there was 4 people, and I'm just watching everybody. Everybody was so good at their job and what they was doing. Me never doing it before. I'm like, I don't know how I'm gonna pull this off or whatever. So, I get to stuttering and I forget my script, and I just went blank because I was intimidated. I'm just like, wow, this is all this talent here. So I was a familiar face there. So they didn't bring me back, but a couple weeks later, my co-host now, who is Nicole, I got a couple co-hosts, but Nicole, who was my co-host, she was the only host. She called in sick, and they asked me to fill in, and that was the opportunity right there that I can't fumble. I'm not gonna fumble because it's something I wanted to do. So I had to prepare myself. I had to, just focus, and any nerves that I had, I just had to shake them out. And when that red light came on, it was November 15th against the Denver Nuggets. LeBron and Carmelo, and I was on a Thursday night, and I'm like, oh man, so this was a big game already. So I did pretty good there, and then they told me to come back on Saturday because my co-host Nicole, she called in sick again, and that was Cavs versus Miami. So LeBron versus D Wade and Shaq. So after those 2 games, they just said, hey, why don't you just work here for the rest of the season? And I'm like, okay, so I did the rest of the season, and I was working at a law firm at the time across the street. I was working in a mailroom in a docket clerk. I was a docket clerk over there, and so they came with me the opportunity. They said, why don't you quit the law firm and just work over here on a full-time basis? And I don't know if y'all are big fans of Martin, but if y'all remember when he was buffing the floors and he was like, associate producer, buffing floors. So it was no choice for me. Basketball, playing it my entire life, and watching it and just getting the chance to be a host, around an NBA team that I've been watching my whole life. It was a no-brainer for me.
I think that's a cool story because I mean, like yourself, this was a dream. This was a lifelong dream of yours. But you are a docket clerk working at a law firm, and I know for me growing up, all I wanted to do, and Cecil, no, we went to high school together. All I wanted to do was like be in sports media in the city to cover the three major pro teams here. And my path was untraditional. I really made a lot of mistakes. Didn't really think this was possible. And I was a supervisor at the Justice Center for Earl B. Turner.
Okay.
and so it was like one of those things. I took a leap of faith after my father passed away, and I just wanted to try it. I think for me, I looked at it like, okay, my resume is already dope. So if this fails, I can go get a supervisory role at any clerk of courts in Northeast Ohio, and I'll be cool. But to hear you say you failed first, before you won, a lot of people don't realize, man, humility before honor is a real thing. So like the fact that you fumbled the first time, like, and when you got the call, was the nerves just automatically gone based off what happened the first time? Like it can't get no worse than what it had already gotten.
Well, in my mind, the nerves were still there, but I gave myself, pretty much, a pump up speech to myself. I'm like, okay, your opportunity is here, and if you don't take advantage of it, there's plenty of other people in the city, who will love to be in this position or whatever, So, I just pretty much, took a leap of faith, and I just, I took the opportunity by the neck, and I didn't let it go, and I'm so passionate about what I do. I've been hosting for the Cavs since the 2005, 2006 season. And so it's like 20 years that I've been hosting. I've only missed 4 games in 20 years.
Wow.
4 games in 20 years. And 3 of those games was due to COVID. Didn't know that I had it, which was the scary part about it. Didn't know that I had it. So 3 of those games was due to COVID. And that was in 2021. That was the first game I missed was in December of 2021. And, I was so passionate about it. I felt like I let the organization and team down because I never missed a game from 2005 to 2021. So when December 2021 hit, I missed that game. And, but to get back to your point about failure, and anybody who's listening or whatever, and, Cecil, Earl, failure is almost a necessary thing to go through. I've been cut from sports teams. I've been fired from jobs. You won't know how to bounce back if you don't fail. If you're always on top, and if you don't know what it's like to face adversity a little bit, when that adversity hits, you're gonna be like, oh man, like what the hell is going on? How do I climb out? So, anybody who's listening or anybody who will listen, don't be afraid to fail. Just the most important thing is learn from that mistake, and then do what you got to do to get out of that hole to make it to where you got to go.
Can you talk about this growing up a little bit? I know you're from the Heights. We went to the Wood. Just fill us in. How was it for you growing up? I know you went to Central State as well.
Yeah.
And just fill us in from that time from high school until now, and then how you became so successful.
High school, I love my time at Cleveland Heights. I enjoyed it a little bit too much. You know, oh man, I'm telling you, I had 1 year that I made the basketball team. I couldn't proceed because of grades. The 1 year I made it, I was cut ninth grade year, I was cut 10th grade year. So 11th grade year come around, I'm like, all right, I'm about to get in the gym, about to get in the lab. I'm around the other guys, around the guys that already made that been on the team, the stringers of the world and those guys,
Yeah.
and me hanging around them, you know, they're all taking care of their business in the classroom. And I feel like, oh yeah, I think I got a spot already since I'm hanging around them. So tryouts came, I made it. But when the grades came out, I couldn't play. So I had to focus on education a little bit more. You needed 18 and a half credits to graduate in high school. And I graduated with 18 and a half, like on the dot, on the dot, like, I graduated from there, went to Central State. I got kicked out of college at Central State. I got kicked out of there because of my grades. Like I wasn't a partier. I mean, no, I take that back. I was a partier. I wasn't a drinker or a smoker. I didn't need to do all that. If you wanted to catch Crump, you catch me at somebody's party, somebody's club. That's what it was about for me. But then when I got put on academic probation, and when I sat out, for like a year and a half to 2 years, and I'm watching friends who I came in with, when I'm watching them taking their graduation pictures and signing up for their cap and gown, and and I'm just down there working. I was cool with the administration staff that secretly they gave me a free dorm. They gave me a free dorm down there. I had by myself, and I had an ID that let me eat in the cafeteria. So I was down there working pretty much. I had a job at a telemarketing company, so I'm making, $14, $15 an hour, and 98, 99, you think you balling out of control, 98, $14, $15 an hour. And, so when I saw some friends walk the stage, I'm like, all right, man, I gotta turn something around or whatever. So I took my education serious, got a degree from there in sociology and criminal justice. And, but still, I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. I love sports and I love game shows was a passion of mine as a kid too. Like before summer vacation, before the kids, come to the house, I would tell them, you can't come to my house before 12, because Price is Right is on. Let's Make a Deal is on. I got to watch the game shows first. And after that, then I'll come outside and we'll play flag. We'll play football, basketball. We'll wrestle, ride bikes and all that stuff. So, my experience growing up in Cleveland Heights, I mean, it was absolutely great. I made a lot of friends, a lot of relationships, and I still keep those relationships to this day. And I still go back to the Heights this day too. I think a lot of morals, a lot of things that that I carry inside me, a lot of personal things I carry inside of me, whatever I owe to the Heights. So I go back all the time. I'm talking to the kids. A lot of the kids today, they think they too cool for school now, but I just I keep it real with them. I'm pretty sure you two had the same opportunity. You can't sugarcoat when you talk to these kids. This day and age now, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's something in the water. I don't know if it's the social media aspect, whatever. So I try not to sugarcoat with them. I just tell them, hey, this is what it is, so yeah, my time with them, so I think me being humble, I think was a huge part. I would think that I got a little bit of talent in me, but I think me being humble definitely carried me as many years I've been able to last
Mm.
with the Cavs, because it's, when I can't lie, when I first started though with the Cavs, oh, it was all about being around the players. Oh, I get a chance to high five LeBron. I get a chance to high five Booby Gibson, and Larry Hughes, and I'm chopping it up. And you got people who are sitting at home and they watching this on TV, and they're like, "Oh, I get a chance to be." I wish I get a chance to meet them. And I'm sitting on the floor with these guys, like, "Oh my God!" But when LeBron left the first time in 2010.
Mm-hmm.
I had to find another avenue. I had to find something else to say, hey, it was a bigger need for the position that I had.
Right.
It had to go beyond bigger than games. So, I advocated for myself to be out in the community a little bit more. Be out in the community a little bit more. Going to the schools, going to the senior homes, giving back, and I think that initiative that I took, where it was bigger than just the basketball games, it's helped me to be able to survive, all these years. Whereas I'm looked at amongst my peers as a valuable asset, as a valuable team player, and no matter what field that you're in, when you have respect from your peers, that's man,
It means a lot. It
it
goes
means
a long way.
absolutely.
It's funny. Me and Cecil talk about that all the time because those untraditional routes to get to where you at and overcoming adversity. But it sounds like to me, man, you're a man who's built off love and acts of service and just community. And my boss is going to be watching this, and then Cecil, he knows I talked about this. I'm in the midst of starting a nonprofit called Be Great, Spread Love. You listen to me on the radio,
Yeah.
that's my tagline that I end every show with.
Absolutely.
And so, we definitely gonna get together, man, and do some work. I got a lot going on. I'm gonna be doing a book bag giveaway this upcoming school year. The first one to be at Warrensville Heights. My daughters go there. So, I know you a tiger over there, but
you know what? Like, honestly, a lot of, we play around with the rivalry stuff, whatever.
Yeah.
But like at our age now, like I said, I love walking into, I do some things. I do a lot of things in East Cleveland now, and I do a lot of things in Shaker. My wife graduated from Shaker. I do things for them. So any school, I don't care what district, if it's CMSD, if it's LEL, or no matter what it is, if they ask me to do something, whatever, like you said, I'm all about positivity, spreading love to everybody.
So let's move on, man. We got you for a few more minutes, man. Again, Ahmaad Crump is joining us right now on the Ultimate 216 show, man. If you like what you see, make sure you ring that bell to stay notified, man. Hit us up on our social media handles. Ma, what's your social media handle?
Social media handle is on Instagram at Crump Style, CRUMP Style, STYLE, and my Twitter is at Cavs Ahmaad, AHMAAD.
So this Cavaliers team is off to a historic start, man. Woo. Let me just ask you this: you're around this team a lot. I cover this team. I'm paying attention closely. There's a lot of different moving pieces to why we're having the success that we're having.
Yeah.
But to you, in your opinion, what is the number one thing that sticks out in your mind of why the Cavaliers are so good so early and seems like they're playing basketball, like on a basketball on a whole nother level above the rest?
To me, it just seems like that there's no egos on this team. It just seems like, everybody has an ego. I get it, but it just seems like the ball is moving. Nobody has to score 40 points all the time. Nobody cares who makes the shot. Nobody cares who makes the pass. It just seems like not even me being in the locker room, because I don't know what goes on in the locker room. I'm not sure I don't know what's said in the locker room, but just looking at them on the court, it just seems like they genuinely like each other. You know, it seems like they get along on the floor. They get along even more off of the floor. Like I watched the post-game interviews, Darius and Donovan, they go back and forth and they do a little jokes and this and that, whatever. And Isaac getting their little jokes, whatever, you know. So it's like, you know, seeing, you know, this team just having fun, reliving the joy that they had when they were kids playing the game. Now they're getting paid to play a game, you know, and it's just like it's a beautiful thing of basketball to see. It really is, you know. And I also think that our coaching, I think coaching play a big part, you know. And JB did a great job. You know, I believe this last 2 seasons, JB led us to 99 victories. You know. You know, we went to the play-in game 1 year, then we went to the first round 1 year, went to semifinals his final year, you know. But just sometimes, you just need a fresh set of eyes. You just need a brand new system, you know, and that's what Coach Atkinson, that's what he's actually been doing. I think the players have actually bought in, you know, and just like JB is doing a great job over there with the Pistons. You know, I believe they're at a 500 record right now, you know, so he can coach for sure. I just think it's just something about Kenny that he's brought in a system here that, you know, the players have 100% bought into and they enjoy it.
Last question for me. Like 2016, I'll never forget where I was watching the championship. I'll never forget. I mean, my God, I was in Houston, sitting down at a friend's house, crying after
Yeah,
after that sequence went down. Man, it was
yeah,
something I didn't think I would see. Right?
yeah.
Is there any similarities from the 2016 team and the team that we have right now, as far as this how they carry themselves? You know, that was a championship year, and everybody's thinking, hey, this is one of the best years that we've seen the Cavs. Can they get back there? Are there any similarities from that 2016 team?
Yeah, because back then that team was deep. You know,
Mm.
that team was actually deep. You know, in the playoffs, you can't play 9-10 guys usually. Excuse me, but this team right here we have, you know, it's absolutely deep. You know, and I think a huge thing is that, you know, on our team now, you know, you it's almost like a pick your poison type of deal.
Mm-hmm.
You can't focus just on one guy, you know, because, you know, you would never know whose night it is. Like a couple weeks ago, Ty Jerome, you know, had 26 points, 28 points off of the bench, you know, or Dean Wade could hit a couple threes. Isaac can hit some threes. Like it seems like everybody on this team can shoot threes, you know, and that's the brand of basketball that's what basketball has turned into. A lot of teams are shooting threes now. But you know, but this team is absolutely deep, and it's fun to watch. It's fun to watch, just like it was in 2016. And like you said, Cecil, 2016 is something that we'll never ever forget. And
Best Father's Day ever.
Best Father's Day,
Best Father's Day ever.
And I was in tears too. You know, we had a watch party at the arena. And they was building the RNC stage. You know, but we still had 13,000 down in the arena, but outside we had 250,000 on the outside. You know, so they were all in the front, they were all on the side, and they were all in the back. And you know, we had TV screens all over, so you could watch it outside for those who couldn't get inside. And yeah, when that final, but when I gotta say, me personally, I knew the game was over when Brian hit that free throw to go up 4.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, okay, this is in our hands for sure. The way I was celebrating, you know, in the game, I think it was like 10 seconds left, I think. But you know, the game usually, by you being an athlete, by y'all being athletes, whatever, y'all know, game ain't over until pocket zero. You know,
I was scared, man. Like, yeah, that was still
Terrified.
Steph Curry, and I seen Kevin Love step out there on the perimeter. I'm like, oh god. Yo, but before we get you out of here, man, we know the Cavs got a big game at home tomorrow night. I'll be in the building. I'll see you, man. What can we expect? What's in the play for tomorrow? We got any giveaways? Talk to the people. What we can see. ESPN. We finally on national TV.
We finally on national television. NBA. You know, they flex us to ESPN, and we're gonna do another $10,000 half court shot. And just a lot of fun things for the fans. But I just want all the fans. The game start at 7. If you can, fans get down there at 5. Get down there nice and early. Like you said, OKC, best team in the Western Conference, and second best team in the league behind us, 1 game. So, this could be a potential finals matchup. It really could be. And you got it right there. You got 2 monsters right there, man. Shea doing his thing. I personally thought that when Chet went down from Oklahoma City, I didn't think that. I'm like, okay, well, OKC's gonna fall off or whatever. It just seemed like they're on 15-game winning streak right now. It just seemed like they're just soaring and they're doing great things over there in the West. So, Darius said it the other day. It is a big game, but at the end of the day, it's just a regular season game. And win or lose, I'm not going to put any type of in stock in this game. Like if the Cavs win, can't anybody say, oh my God, we're guaranteed to go to the NBA Finals? Or if Oklahoma City win, they're guaranteed to go to the NBA Finals. It's a big game. It's a regular season game, but we got the best home court advantage in the NBA. I believe we got 18-1. 18-1, and the players talk about it all the time. The fans are a huge part of what they're doing down there. So no matter if the shots are falling, if they're not falling, the fans are still there. The fans are still there. They're still showing up. They're still loud, and that's what we're gonna need tomorrow night on ESPN. And like I said, 18-1. We're 18-1 at home for a reason. Obviously, the players are doing their thing, but the fans show up and they show out, and we need them to show up tomorrow as well too.
Ahmaad, man, from me to Cecil, bro, we appreciate you, man. Be great, spread love. You already know being great, man. To come with the price, spreading love is priceless. And I'll see you tomorrow, brother, and we'll chop it up. I'll text you later on today.
I appreciate you. Go Tigers, go Railroaders as well too.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Peace.